Well, good afternoon. It's about 12:30, so we'll go ahead and get started with today's edition of Take 10 4-H. Welcome. This edition is on the State 4-H leadership team. I'm Angela Prada, the agent in Los Alamos County, and joining me here today is Kimberly Prada, the current State 4-H secretary. Let me see if I can advance my slides. There we go. Okay, let's first start off by talking about eligibility. The leadership team is open to all senior 4-H members who are eligible by age and in good standing in their county program. Candidates must have attended at least one state event, including SLR, YGA, or state conference, and must maintain good academic standing throughout their year of service. Members must abide by the New Mexico State 4-H Code of Conduct, and additionally, they may be asked to continue to serve in a leadership role after their term by the County Extension Office or the State 4-H office. Now, keep in mind, just a tip, during state conference, there are some candidate obligations throughout the week, which may limit the level of participation in contests. So as a general rule, it's suggested that candidates only participate in one competitive activity during the week, as long as it doesn't interfere with any of their other responsibilities. Members can either apply to be an officer or an ambassador. There are 5 open positions on the officer team. Those include president, vice president, secretary, reporter, and song and recreation leader. These positions are filled by a standard election process with a nomination and majority vote by the youth voting delegates at state conference. There are up to 5 open positions, open ambassador positions, and these are selected by a committee. Once selected, the officers, both the officers and the ambassadors, work together as a team to complete the duties and represent New Mexico 4-H. Now, the process for submitting the application is really important. The application packets are available as of today, or they've been available actually for a while, on the State 4-H website, as well as all of the information we will talk about here today. Keep in mind, there are a few parts to it. Along with the application form and essay, members need to obtain 2 letters of recommendation and submit the completed packet to the county agent for their approval. It will also need to be mailed by your county agent in time to be received at the State 4-H office by their deadline of June 1st. So typically, county deadlines are sometime around the middle of May, depending on which county you're in. Sometime after the 1st of June, candidates and their parents will receive an email from Cheryl Butterfield, who is the state team coordinator, to set up a date and time, or a date for a Zoom meeting to share information about the next steps. In addition to the application, all candidates will need to be prepared to deliver a 5-minute presentation on an assigned topic, complete an interview with the committee, with the selection committee, and also participate in the team activity all on Monday morning at state conference. Various other activities are planned during the week, so keep that in mind for those candidates, including officer speeches at the 2nd general session. Officer elections on Wednesday afternoon, installation of the new officers at the conclusion of the awards program on Thursday, and then a team orientation on Friday morning. Once selected, the officers and ambassadors should be able to commit to all of the activities required for a 1-year term from July of the current year through July of the following year. Members will work as a team to plan and deliver the state events, including SLR in January, YGA in April, and State 4-H conference in July, as well as other opportunities throughout the year to represent and promote the program around the state. The leadership team requires a big commitment from members and their families. Here is a snapshot of the calendar for the upcoming year. Some events are optional, but as you can see here, there is something in almost every month. Also keep in mind, there is a significant amount of travel to and from meetings depending on where you are in the state. Most meetings are centrally located in Albuquerque, and some are even on Zoom, which makes that convenient. Now, there are a lot of perks to serving on the leadership team, such as a custom team jacket, polo shirt, and button-up shirt for each member. Your registration to SLR, YGA, and state conference events are paid, as well as your hotel room and meals for roughly 4 to 5 weekend planning meetings. And in addition, the team gets to travel to Washington, D.C. for a team trip in the spring where your airfare, hotel, and 2 meals a day are covered. And being selected to serve on the team is quite an honor to represent the program in our state, and a very rewarding experience with a chance to learn unique life skills and inspire others. There are some costs that you'll need to be aware of. First is a $550 member contribution fee, which is due at the team orientation in July. You'll also want to plan for travel costs to and from state events, planning meetings, and the team trip meeting place, as well as meals during your travel. Members will need to supply some clothing required to complete official dress, including black slacks or skirts, white collared shirts, black shoes, including heels and black hose for the ladies, and a tie for the gentlemen. Other expenses may include team clothing or a team buckle, which members will pay for out of pocket. There may also be some other miscellaneous expenses for items or events that are not covered by sponsorship. All of this information can be found in the application packet on the State 4-H website. Candidates and their families should become very familiar with the information in the packet to help guide their decision to apply and the process involved. You can also call your county agent with any questions you may have. Now I'll turn it over to Kim to add just a few helpful tips when applying.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Prada, your State 4-H secretary, and I just wanted to give you a couple tips. So my first tip would be to start your application early and keep your record book handy. You will also need time to gather your reference letters, and be sure to give yourself enough time to proofread and edit so you send in your best work. If you're running for office, I would suggest writing and learning your speech now so that you're well prepared in July, and practice your presentation so that you are well spoken in the interview. It will help you in the coming year as you build and deliver your workshops. My experience this past year has been awesome. I would have to say that my favorite part about being on the team is learning about my teammates, working together, and building lifelong friendships. I hope I have inspired you to start your application and run for an opportunity to be part of the New Mexico State 4-H leadership team.
Thanks, Kim. This concludes our presentation.